On October 8th, Hezbollah launched an attack against Israel from Lebanon. Since that time, for over a year, Israelis have endured daily missile attacks from Hezbollah. Now, after months of negotiations, Israel and Lebanon have agreed to the 60-day ceasefire. But just what does the agreement entail? All the details in the following report. U.S. President Joe Biden officially announced Tuesday evening that Israel and Lebanon had accepted a ceasefire agreement brokered by the United States and France.
Effective at 4 a.m. tomorrow local time, the fighting across the Lebanese-Israeli border will end. Will end. This is designed to be a permanent cessation of hostilities. What is left of Hezbollah and other terrorist organizations will not be allowed. Well, I emphasize, will not be allowed to threaten the security of Israel again.
The ceasefire, months in the making, passed in the Israeli cabinet by a vote of 10-1. It includes an immediate cessation of fighting between Israel and Hezbollah and the gradual withdrawal of Israeli troops from southern Lebanon within 60 days. Both sides agreed to recognize Resolution 1701 of the UN Security Council, which calls to push Hezbollah back to behind the Litani River. The Lebanese army will in turn deploy some 5,000 troops to southern Lebanon and will be the only armed force allowed in the area, while all Hezbollah weapons facilities will be dismantled. An international committee, including the United States, will oversee and enforce these commitments along with UNIFIL. Though most importantly, the agreement allows Israel to maintain the right to respond militarily to any breach of the terms by Hezbollah.
If Hezbollah or anyone else breaks the deal and poses a direct threat to Israel, then Israel retains the right to self-defense, consistent with international law, just like any country when facing a terrorist group pledged to that country's destruction.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in a televised address to the Israeli public on Tuesday evening, emphasized this point and said the length of the ceasefire will depend on what happens in Lebanon.
אם חיזבאללה יפר את ההסכם וינסה להתחמש, אנחנו נתקוף. אם הוא ינסה לחדש תשתיות טרור בסמוך לגבול, אנחנו נתקוף. אם הוא ישגר רקטה, אם הוא יחפור מנהרה, אם הוא יכניס משאית עם טילים, אנחנו נתקוף.
The Prime Minister also addressed the timing of the ceasefire and said there were three main reasons for Israel's agreement. The first is to focus on the Iranian threat, on which he said he would not expand. The second is to give the IDF a breather and replenish weapon stocks, which Netanyahu said is no secret have been delayed. And the third reason is to separate the fronts and isolate Hamas in Gaza.
אמרתי פעמים רבות, הסכם טוב זה הסכם שאוכפים אותו, ואנחנו נאכוף אותו.